My family's been in the restaurant business for about 60 years, and we have a big Irish family, and we love what we do. We're passionate about food, and we're passionate about service, and we're passionate about our city. We want everybody to come to New Orleans and enjoy the whole package. And so we operate different restaurants. I spend most of my time here at Cafe Adelaide and at Commander's Palace. You know, when my family first got in the business, they started at the Absinthe House, and then they moved across the street to the Vieux Carré, and then they opened Brennan's restaurant on Royal Street. And at the time, Antoine's was famous for dinner at Antoine's. So they were, okay, what can we do? So then they came up with breakfast at Brennan's, and then years later, when they decided to relocate their headquarters to Commander's Palace in the Garden District, they came up with Jazz Brunch. Jazz, of course, hand in hand in New Orleans, you know, that was easy. And then, and do it in the beginning of the day. And that's sort of where eye-openers got created. Okay. The cocktail that you drink in the morning, after you've had a late night, a little eye-opener, Sazerac, Ramus Gin Fizz, Bloody Mary, Milk Punch, my favorite. We ride the Irish Parade on Saturday. Of course, Mardi Gras is in our blood. And I think a milk punch even tastes better after you've made it and you let it sit for a while. So we take a plastic water bottle, we make it the night before, we fill up our plastic water bottle, leave about that much airspace, throw it in the freezer. We're packing up our bead bag, we're in our costumes, you throw your milk punch in there, you got on your float. By about lee circle, man, that sucker has defrosted. You shake it up and you slurp it down and it is heaven. So for a moment in time, I'm gonna say maybe about 15 years ago, it kind of seemed nobody was drinking at lunch anymore. Nobody was having fun. And my Aunt Dottie actually came up with the idea of 25-cent martinis, because a long time ago when they were running Brennan's on Royal Street and working there, they had 25-cent martinis. So T and I were like, oh no. We were just like, wouldn't listen to her. And then finally we did. And it's been the best marketing, just downright fun thing we've ever done. And we do it at Cafe Adelaide, we do it at Commander's. We started to think, well, what are the things that are important to us in a good cocktail? And of course, it's top shelf liquor, it's fresh juices, it's good ice, and the glassware, actually. Right, yep. So we remembered a long time ago when our families, you know, they had their own really like bars in their houses, and they would get ice delivered from the ice house, because the ice were the big chunks of ice. And the ice doesn't dilute as quickly when it's a heavier piece of ice, so your cocktail stays tasting balanced longer. So the idea came, well, if we can't, you know, let's get our own ice house right here. So we put the block of ice, and then the bartenders can chip the ice off to the size that they want it. It helps engage your customer also. You know, they feel a part of, wow, I'm watching this, I'm making this drink, and that gives them the bar chef something to talk to the customer about, because a lot of times they haven't seen that.